In this video I'm going to show you how to upgrade your Pod Point Solo charge unit from 3 kilowatt, which is installed for free under the grant system, to 7 kilowatts. If Pod Point do this for you, they do want to charge you over £400 for it. It takes 2 minutes and virtually no tools, providing you have the correct wiring. 3 caveats before we begin. This unit has a 3-year warranty. If you do this yourself and Pod Point don't do it, you've probably invalidated the warranty. Second, if this is connected via Wi-Fi back to Pod Point so that they can see your data on charging, they can probably tell that you've done this. This one isn't connected via Wi-Fi because they really don't need to see what I'm charging. If it does need to be upgraded, the software in it, at a future date, then that also might not be possible, but I don't think that's an issue. The next big caveat, if I move the camera, is you will need to ensure that you have the correct supply cable size for the unit. If you're upgrading from 3 kilowatts to 7 kilowatts, it's going to be drawing a lot more power or current, which on a thin cable is going to heat that cable up and you may have an electrical fire. So if you don't understand how current works and cabling works, consult a qualified electrician and get him to check it. You will also need to upgrade the trip switch on your consumer board, but I'll run through that later. If you don't understand that, yet again, consult a qualified electrician. Right, first thing, here is a diagram, a basic layout of the internal of the Pod Point. Here, roughly in the centre of the layout, is a thing called a dip switch. There are 5 switches on this dip switch. If they're set to this side, they're off or 0. If they're set to this side, it's just a slider which moves across, so you can see that. If it's set to this side, they're on or set at 1. So you can pause that video, have a look at that. Table A is the important information. Let's focus it. When the unit arrives, it's set at 3 kilowatts. Here it is, 3.1 kilowatts. You can use a 2.5mm cable if it's close to your consumer unit, 16 amp MCB, and the dip switch, switch 2 is the only one that is set to on. The others are set to off or 0. To change a unit from 3 kilowatt to 7.2 kilowatt, you do need a 6mm cable if it's a short run of cable. Anything more than 4 meters, you need a 10mm. You will have to change your MCB RCBO trip switch to a 40 amp one, but the dip switch, it is switches 1 and 2 need to be on, 3, 4 and 5 need to be off, and I'll show you what it looks like in the unit. Here is the unit. It's secured with 5 screws around the rim. If you take those screws out, here's the layout of the board. Here is the dip switch. If I move that in, I'll focus it. Hopefully you can see this. Switch 1, switch 2. They are set to the on position. 3, 4 and 5 are set to the off position. Obviously we've turned the power off before taking the cover off this. But there it is, the dim, and that is all you need to do. So turn the power off, change those dip switches and put the cover back on, and that is it.